Hello and welcome to Snews News. We'll be the hosts of the show.
I'm Dan Caslow.
And I'm Hoyt Bangs.
Snooze News is coming back and defrauding the good name of Snooze with a potentially lousy episode.
That's right. This is the first episode of Snooze News Season C.
C. What does that remind me of?
Could it be hepatitis C?
Oh yeah, that's it. Pamela Anderson, known for her breakthrough performances on the show VIP, has recently been diagnosed with the disease. Doctors have told her that she has 10 years to live. Starting now.
This could really hurt Hollywood.
I know. I'm not sure who could fill her blouse once she's gone. But we feel that her recent absence on the TV airwaves needs to be addressed. It was a long couple of months while we weren't doing Snooze.
A lot of crazy stuff happened in that time.
We made various attempts to try other things, but inevitably, they all failed.
Dan, remember that time you made a public service announcement?
You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
What was I thinking?
I don't know.
What else did we do our time away from Snooze?
Didn't we make some artistic videos?
That's right, those were pretty deep and philosophical.
Mother, where's my Jello?
What did you say?
Mother, where's our Jello?
There is no Jello.
Where did our Jello go?
I will not tell, for I am truer than truth.
Father? Father, will you tell?
I gave all the Jello to your sister, Ashley.
Sorry, brother, I ate all the Jello, but you can have this apple.
Does it make you happy he's eating the apple? Jello.
And you remember when you fell in love with our assistant principal, Miss Deming?
Yeah, no, it's kinda strange. Every time I'm near you, I just run out of things to say. I know you'd understand. Every time I tried to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I have to say I love you in a song.
Wow, it only seems like yesterday.
Well, I'm glad those days are over and we're coming back to doing Snooze, where everything's funny and the jokes are fresh.
Yeah, those other projects we worked on were a real snooze.
Is that your final answer?
Now for your hot topics. Canada's Defense Department has announced that women can now volunteer or be assigned for duty aboard the Navy's 4 new Victoria submarines, but said the ladies won't sleep separately from the men, a decision that had Canadian lawyers lining up in front of the Defense Headquarters for sexual harassment cases number 1 through 52,874. This was declared after a report by the National Sexual Health for Canada. The Health Select Committee found that during the last 6 years in the Army, syphilis rates have increased by 500% and gonorrhea rates have doubled, statistics which have given Canada's military virgins the last laugh. The Vice Admiral says the newly situated Victoria-class subs will provide more room than their predecessors for privacy for things like changing clothes and taking showers. As for using the torpedo tubes for unintended purposes, it is still restricted to and at your own risk basis. The decision to allow women on the subs breaks the final barrier in females Canadians military. A barrier women have been trying to break ever since August, when the world became first aware that Canada has a military.
You only have one hot topic?
Yeah, because the first one was so hot.
Well, anyway, I think if this new season is going to be any good, we're going to have to make some changes. First off, I think we need some new faces around here. That, of course, means firing some people. I'm sorry to say, but Randy, you're fired.
Wait, Dan, we can't fire Randy.
Why not?
Affirmative action.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess we'll have to learn to live with them.
Too bad. I had Spielberg lined up to help with the camera work.
Well, I'm gonna have to change the topic after that obvious lie.
Oh, like you've never lied to me before?
Like when?
Like the time you said you got me a platypus for my birthday? There was no platypus!
Back to changing topics. During our recent break from the airwaves, a certain supermarket, I won't mention any names, Gennardi's, stopped selling Trix yogurt. You may not know, but Hoyt eats Trix yogurt on an hourly basis, and this stoppage impacted Hoyt's life in ways you could not imagine. Let us take a look at how Hoyt coped with the loss of his favorite bunny-sponsored yogurt.
This is some mighty fine Trix yogurt.
Mike, do you have any more Trix yogurt?
This is the second to last one, and I'm eating them both.
Well, I guess I'll just go pick some more up at the Acme.
No can do, Paco. This is the second to last one in the world.
Is this an April Fool's joke? Because it's not April Fool's. I love my Trix yogurt. You gotta be kidding me.
No joke, only reality. Trix yogurt goes down so good.
You gotta give me the second one. I need to have it. I gotta have my yogurt. I gotta have it.
No.
Day 1. Mike hasn't given me any Trix yogurt. I think he's just joking. Probably give me some pretty soon. Over now. Day 2. Mike hasn't budged. He's still hoarding the second yogurt. I think I'll go look for it. Day 7. I haven't eaten anything. 7 days. Been thinking of yogurt. I'm starting to have hallucinations. Come on, guys. Just give me a little bit of yogurt.
Hoyt, what are you doing? No one's there.
Day 19. The hallucinations started plotting.
You want the yogurt, Hoyt?
Yes! Yes! Tell me, how can I get the yogurt?
He's made of yogurt.
I don't want the yogurt anymore. I found a larger supply of yogurt.
Wow, that was crazy. Sadly, we are going to have to take a quick break for commercial, but stay tuned. Coming up next, breasts and legs. Ow! Ow! Oh, I need some athletic gear. What are you doing in my driveway?
Did you say you needed some gear? Athletic gear?
Well, I did just hurt myself. I guess I could use some athletic gear.
If you need gear, you can't just trust any gear. You gotta have Snews gear! Snews gear!
Well, what do you have? How are you so fast?
It's the Snews shoes, but they're not for sale.
Wow, it looks like your feet have so much energy it can barely contain itself.
You want this basketball? It's got nothing but net.
Holy moly, I'll take one. I'll take two. What else do you have?
Oh! You want this helmet?
No thanks, but do you have any gloves?
You see these gloves here? They're magical gloves.
What do they do, mister?
They turn your opponent into Bill Cosby. I'll demonstrate.
Ugh, stop that, that's ridiculous. How much does this cost, mister?
These aren't for sale. I only accept trades.
What can I trade you? I got a lot of baseball cards.
The trade would be you helping me rebuild my Bob's Big Boy that burned down in 1972.
No thanks.
We're back, and now for On the Lighter Side. Thanksgiving, it's that time when we feed the homeless. But for those families who do have a home, many roast a Thanksgiving turkey. Many people enjoy the breasts, while others the legs, and still while others mashed potatoes. Nevertheless, That time is here again, but don't pass the pumpkin pie to Grandma or the other weak family members because a new study just came out stating that pumpkin pie is much more high in fat than previously thought. This comes as even worse news to the pumpkin farmers of America because this past year has been already especially bad for the crop. It is estimated that the pumpkin farmers of America could lose up to $575 million this fiscal year. Talking about losing money and jobs, President Bush has recently decided to visit Iraq right around Thanksgiving. This was his first ever visit to the country. What was he doing there, you may ask? Well, after he made a stop to support the troops, he delivered a message to the Iraqi people in front of a large mass of Iraqi citizens. President Bush walked up on the stage with a great applause. The noise died down, and he was ready to make his first remarks to the Iraqi people in person. Well, I've said enough. Let's take a look at the clip. Wow, he may not be able to speak properly, but he sure can sing.
I even believe that since his visit, Saddam has actually responded to Bush's remarks. But sadly, there is no videotape of this, due to the fact he has been in hiding.
But Saddam did issue an audio recording of his response to Bush's remarks. And of course, he did prep up his singing voice.
You dropped the bomb on me, baby. You dropped the bomb on me. But you turned me on. You dropped the bomb on me, baby. You dropped the bomb on me. You were my thrills. You were my pills. You dropped the bomb on me. You turned me out. You turned me on. You turned me this, then you turned me wrong.
I guess Saddam was able to fit in some chorus lessons in between mass murder. Now for your picture of the week.
This week's picture of the week has to do with college, Harvard University to be precise. Controversy has flared at Harvard University over the issue of grade inflation, as a report by Harvard's Dean of Arts and Sciences, Susan Penderson, disclosed that half of the grades awarded in recent years to Harvard undergraduates were either A's or A minuses. The report earned Penderson a unicorn sticker, a smiley face, and 3 gold stars. Another Harvard teacher, Professor Mansfield, believes that no more than 10% of the students in his classes should receive an A or A minus, regardless of the relative quality of his students. In case anyone is wondering, no, Mansfield isn't one of the cool professors that dates his students. In fact, one report reveals that professors at Harvard gave out so many A's that they've nearly depleted the college's supply and have been forced to borrow the additional letters from the extra A's in their Boston accents.
Thank you very much for that interesting report. Next up, we all know the lovable mountain man, a hermit who has lived in the woods of Berwyn since 1741. But after he went dead insane in October of 2002, we haven't heard much from him. He retreated back into the wilderness and was never seen since. Until now, let's see what he's up to.
Hello, I am Mountain Man. As you remember, last year I cooked my arch enemy Dan Yeager on the show.
Ah! I'm being cooked! Ah!
Because he cooked me rotten eggs in 1987 as a joke.
Here are your mountain style eggs!
These aren't mountain style eggs. I will cook you, Yeager. After I cooked him, I went over to his house to feed his dog Skippy, and I found a pile of gold. Gold! Gold here! Gold, Yeager, gold! With the gold, I bought a company that makes fish teeth. And now that I have a company that makes fish teeth, I can take fish teeth and put them in a tube and create a new Dan Yeager, and soon we'll have another Dan Yeager for all the fish teeth. Once I have Dan Yeager in the boat, I can build a rail into the sky and stick it up into a tree. I am Mountain Man. I am gone now.
We are reaching the end of this episode of Snews News. Next week on the show, Dan forms a David Bowie tribute band.
Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. 7, 6. Commencing countdown, engines on. 3, 2. Check ignition and may God's love be with you. This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade.
Well, that's our show for November 21st, 2003. Thank you for watching.
I'm Dan Caslow.
And I'm Hoyt Bangs. And you've been watching Snooze News!